Please take your seats quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Hi guys, welcome to oneminutetennis.com. In today's session, I want to talk to you about the throwing action of the serve and how you can acquire or improve that throwing action with a simple method that works just about every time. Now, very few people in this world have a great throwing action. Some people have a good throwing action and most people have a bad throwing action or none. And acquiring that or improving it is often very, very difficult. So I want to look at it a totally different way. I want to talk about pulling and pushing. So let's first of all define the difference between pulling and pushing. As I see it, the pushing is as I push against a force or resistance in front of me. And pulling can be pulling from in front or it can be pulling from behind. But I can't push from behind. From behind I can only pull. Now, if we look at the service, if instead of thinking about throwing the racket head, I imagine that there's a resistance behind me and I'm going to pull the racket head and rip it out of that resistance from behind, then what we find is that the pulling and the throwing are identical. And throwing is very difficult to learn, but pulling is very, very simple to learn. If you want to get a tactile feel for this, you know I love to work around feelings, then I suggest that you take some kind of tie off. I've just used here the strap from a racket bag and I've fastened it to the fence, and now I'm just going to loop it around the racket head like so. And now I'm going to go through my serve and I'm going to try and pull this tape away from the fence. Now I'm going to push it away from the fence. And now I'm going to pull it. And now I'm going to push it. And now I'm going to pull it. And the difference in the force and the feeling between the pushing and the pulling is enormous. It's really clear. We do so many tennis lessons on court where the player is trying, they can see it, they'll be the tennis pro saying you do it this way, and then the player will go back to their serve and they will push. But with this little trick that I'm showing you here, you can instantly feel the difference. So I suggest that you try this a few times, get the feel of it, the pull, and be aware, see how the racket projects forwards when I pull it. And when I push it, the grip projects forwards, and I can feel a massive difference between the two. Feel that a few times and then immediately pick up a tennis ball and simply try and hit the tennis ball and get the same feeling as you did with the pull. Don't worry about it going in at first. And then continue hitting tennis balls with that pulling motion, and don't try and get the ball in. Try and get the ball long. Hit it as far down the court as you can. As soon as you start to control it, the feel of pushing will return. So at the beginning, simply feel of pulling the racket and hitting the ball long. Give yourself a few goes, you know I'm not into massive repetition, 15, 20 goes, and then just start to bring the ball a little bit closer, a little bit nearer in, and you'll see that you can transform your serve in a very short period of time, sometimes in minutes, by emphasizing pulling instead of pushing. I hope this makes sense, and let us know how it works for you or your players. We know we love your feedback. We always reply to every single comment. If you want to try this on court, have a look at our partners, playyourcourt.com. They actually arrange for tennis pros to visit you in your local area or to your local courts. There's a link in the comment section below with a 50% discount off their membership. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, please. Makes a big difference to us. And if you want me to help more with your game, remember we do one-to-one online consultations. It's a unique service. We do video analysis, personalized lessons, and some very, very unusual, unique training. The link to that is below now. Thanks for watching, and see you next time for more unique tennis lessons that really work.